Welcome to Shy Sports Legends. There are very few things in life more satisfying than beating the Green Bay Packers. These games are some of the best. Let's take a look. On a cold afternoon at Soldier Field, on December 7th, 1980, the Bears didn't just beat the Green Bay Packers, they humiliated them. The final score was 61-7 and still stands as the most lopsided win in the history of the rivalry. It tied a Bears franchise record for points in a regular season game and sent a message that echoed far beyond the standings. Chicago scored 28 points in the second quarter alone, ripping the game out of Green Bay's hands with ruthless efficiency. The Packers never recovered. By halftime, the game was already drifting from competition into embarrassment. At the center of it was Walter Payton, who rushed for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then there was Vince Evans, a name rarely mentioned among Bears legends, yet unforgettable on this day. In just his 11th NFL start, Evans delivered a flawless performance. He had 18 completions on 22 attempts for 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a perfect 158.3 passer rating. After the game, Packers head coach Bart Starr refused to shake hands with Bears coach Neil Armstrong, furious over continued blitzing and what he viewed as running up the score. Chicago offered no apologies. By October of 1985, the Chicago Bears weren't just winning, they were dominating. On October 21st, 1985, the Bears played the Packers on Monday Night Football. From the opening kickoff, the Bears defense swarmed, hit, and suffocated. Green Bay quarterback Lynn Dickey spent the night under siege, watching passing lanes disappear and pockets collapsing. But the moment everyone remembers had nothing to do with sacks or interceptions. It came at the goal line. Ditka put a 314-pound defensive lineman into the offensive backfield. On the goal line, William Perry lined up as a lead blocker. When the ball was snapped, he exploded forward and delivered a crushing hit on Packers linebacker George Cumbie. The collision was violent, unmistakable, and symbolic. Behind him, Walter Payton walked into the end zone, and Ditka wasn't finished. Later, in the same quarter, with the Bears again at the goal line, Perry took the handoff himself. The refrigerator lumbered forward, crossed the plane, spiked the ball, and celebrated with a dance that instantly became iconic. The Bears intercepted Dickey 4 times, recorded 5 sacks, and closed the game with the punctuation mark, a safety by Otis Wilson in the fourth quarter that made the scoreline feel final and merciless. On September 10th, 2006, opening day of the 2006 season, the Chicago Bears walked into Lambeau Field and delivered one of the most quietly devastating performances in the history of the rivalry. A 26-0 shutout of the Green Bay Packers. It was the first time Green Bay had been held scoreless in 233 games, a streak spanning nearly 15 seasons. And the quarterback on the other sideline wasn't some backup. It was Brett Favre. The Bears' offense didn't need to be spectacular. It needed to be efficient. Quarterback Rex Grossman delivered early with a 49-yard touchdown pass to Bernard Berrien, setting the tone and forcing Green Bay to chase the game. Grossman finished with 262 passing yards, stretching the field just enough to keep the defense honest. Behind him, Thomas Jones and Cedric Benson chummed out steady yardage, keeping the clock moving and the Packers frustrated. Devin Hester fielded the ball cleanly, took a step, and then exploded through the coverage unit untouched. 84 yards, touchdown. Lambeau Field went silent. It was Hester's first NFL game and his first announcement to the league that something had fundamentally changed. From that moment on, every punt against Chicago felt dangerous. For Bears fans, this win carried a special kind of satisfaction. Thanksgiving night 2015 at Lambeau Field was supposed to be a celebration. The Green Bay Packers were honoring the retirement of Brett Favre's number 4 jersey at halftime, a ceremony built for nostalgia, pride, and national television. The conditions matched the mood: cold rain, slick footing, and a game that demanded patience rather than explosiveness. From the start, ball security mattered more than fireworks. Green Bay struck first, taking a 10-7 lead in the second quarter. But Chicago answered quickly. Jay Cutler, often maligned for his performance at Lambeau, played one of his most controlled games in Green Bay. He finished with 200 passing yards, no interceptions, and a short touchdown throw to Zach Miller. The Bears took a 14-13 lead into halftime, just moments before Favre's jersey was lifted into the rafters. The second half slowed to a crawl. The rain intensified. Drives stalled. Field position became everything. Midway through the fourth quarter, Robbie Gould drilled a 21-yard field goal, extending the Bears' lead to 17-13. It would be the final score, but not the final drama. With under 3 minutes remaining, Aaron Rodgers took over, starting from his own 20-yard line. A key completion of Randall Cobb pushed the Packers into scoring position. Rodgers fired towards Davante Adams. The ball was deflected. It hit Adams' hands and fell harmlessly to the turf. Game over. The Bears defense has just slammed the door on a night designed for Green Bay celebration. By December 20th, 2025, Bears fans carried that history into Soldier Field like a weight. This wasn't just another rivalry game. It was a referendum on whether the cycle could finally break. For most of the afternoon, it didn't look promising. The Green Bay Packers controlled the tempo and led 16-6 with less than 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Soldier Field felt tense, restless, a crowd preparing itself for another familiar disappointment. Then something snapped. With 1 minute and 59 seconds left, Bears kicker Cairo Santos drilled a 43-yard field goal, trimming the deficit to 16-9. It was routine, necessary, but it wasn't enough on its own. What came next was the moment the game turned surreal. Chicago lined up for an onside kick, a move that usually signals desperation more than belief. The ball skipped forward, chaos erupted, and Packers receiver Romeo Doubs failed to secure it. The Bears recovered. Suddenly, Soldier Field was alive. Caleb Williams, the face of a new era, took the field with urgency and calm, the kind of composure Bears fans had waited years to see in moments like this. With 24 seconds left, Williams dropped back and fired to the corner of the end zone. Walker secured the catch for a game-tying touchdown. Pandemonium. The extra point tied it 16-16. Overtime loomed. In overtime, the Packers appeared to regain control. A scramble by Malik Willis pushed them near field goal range. Momentum teetered again. Then disaster struck for Green Bay. On fourth down, the snap was mishandled. The ball hit the turf. Chicago recovered. And suddenly, the moment every Bears fan secretly hoped for arrived. Caleb Williams took the snap, stepped into the throw, and launched deep. DJ Moore streaked downfield, tracked the ball, and secured it for a 46-yard walk-off touchdown. Game over. Bears win 22-16. For Bears fans, this win felt different from all the others. It wasn't about revenge for the past. It was about belief in the future. These were signature wins. The next step is simple. Add to them. What were your most memorable Bears wins? Thank you for watching.